large part about landing a job out of college is differentiating yourself from your fellow applicants. One great way to do this is to self-teach a new aspect in your field. For example, a month ago, I hadn't even thought about picking up a camera and starting to learn photography, but throughout helping clients and working here, we've started to self-teach ourselves photography. My question for you guys is, what is your opinion on self-teaching skills? Do you feel like a self-taught skill is kind of more diminished than one that you learn through like a normal classroom setting?
Yeah, that's a good question. I think for me personally, self-teaching, you kind of need that motivation and determination, which shows like your interest level is a lot higher than just like if you were to learn it in a classroom, maybe in like a mandatory class that you have to take, or just like part of your major that you might not be as interested in. But if you're going out of your way to learn it, I think that also just like shows like a special aspect that you do like it a lot. But I think there's pros and cons to both of it.
Yeah, I definitely agree with Megan. I think one of the nice things about self-teaching yourself is it sets the foundation. No one can ever take any skills away from you that you kind of accumulate, whether that's on your own, with the help of a coworker, kind of like Connor and I learning Lightroom. No one can ever take that ability away from us, but it definitely helps you kind of figure out, okay, this is my entry-level skill, how can I further that, what can I do to lead on that, and yeah, I think it's a good thing to get yourself into.
I think one of the things about self-taught skills is you really need to prove yourself more. Like, you need to showcase your skill more. So for photography, for example, you need to have that gallery of all your work. Whereas if you took it through a class, you may have a certification to just show, hey, I'm good at photography, here's my certificate. Whereas a self-taught skill, you kind of need that portfolio to back it up.
Yeah, I agree with that. And I also think it's a good differentiator between like all of your peers if you are all getting the same degree, but you're going out of your way to, like you mentioned, learn photography. That's something that you can add to your portfolio that others might not have like on theirs. So.
Definitely. And sometimes you can't always squeeze in a bunch of minors or certificates. So kind of teaching yourself anything you can on your own time is beneficial too.
I think it also speaks to your work ethic too, if you're able to like sit down and really from the ground up build a foundation on a skill that is foreign to you, but throughout some time you become comfortable with.
Yeah, so you mentioned that you are starting photography. How has that been for you? And are you looking to do it in the future, continue it more?
Yeah, it's been really fun. I really like going out and looking for pictures. You know, before I got into photography, I guess I probably wasn't appreciating things as much as I should have been. And now when I'm like walking my dog or just walking around campus, I'm actually like looking for compositions. I'm looking at things around me. So it just kind of changed my perspective, I suppose.
Yeah, do you think that helped with your like creativity, because you're interactive web management, so some people might not like associate the two things?
Yeah, I think it kind of has, because when I'm working on like my clients' websites, some of their photos, especially as of late, aren't very genuine, and like a lot of AI is used to like either create or just enhance. Prefer the enhanced over created, but that's a different topic. It definitely makes me think about, hey, I need to be more intentional about the photo that I put here on this landing page to help tell the story that the whole page is trying to present. So it's helped me enforce that angle of my work.
Do you think you ever would have gotten the experience you have in the classroom had you not taken the chance to learn yourself?
It would have taken me a while, because we have started a class through work where we get 16 hours of classes throughout a month or two. So that has helped grow my photography experience, but it's just accelerated my learning in photography drastically. Like before our class, I had started dabbling in settings like ISO, shutter speed, and aperture, but with the course we really dive into it quick and like learn a whole lot about it, which is very nice.
Yeah, for sure.
What are your guys' takes on that?
I would have to agree. I think, well, the photography, obviously, we've all kind of built on that. And it definitely just changes your perspective. I mean, like the rule of thirds, something you learn in a photography class, how you want to set your frame, what you kind of want to look for. Even if you already think you have like an image of what kind of picture you're trying to build, looking at it from a different point of view of looking further into the photography skill is just it's very different. And I think having not had that class, I wouldn't have even known to look for that.
Mm-hmm.
But now that I have, I really look for it in every picture that I'm using. It's nice to help for our clients' point of view as well. Like
Mm-hmm.
if we want to teach them how to take pictures or help them, it's kind of nice to add to that professional part of it as well.
All right, now speaking a little bit to self-teaching skills, where do you start when self-teaching? Because it's kind of daunting thinking about men. We'll bring up photography again. I want to learn photography. Where do I start? What do you guys think about that?
Yeah.
I think it definitely starts on an interest or a hobby. And then for me, I always kind of start off with YouTube. What can I learn in like 5 to 10 minutes, basic foundations? How can I get there?
I just dive into a rabbit hole. I look up photography stuff and just watch video after video, go on social media, look at photos after photos, and like I feel like that just kind of helps reinforce that context.
Yeah, I agree. I definitely have always been into photography since we're talking about it, but I have some friends that run their own professional photography companies, so I definitely think some of the connections as well, being able to ask them for help or just like mentorship. But I definitely agree, looking online, I definitely go on Instagram or even on Pinterest just to find ideas that I like, and then transition to like YouTube to see like how I can then make the shot happen or figure out like how they did it.
And then I think too, just having like access to resources and taking advantage of that, like us being Oshkosh students, getting to go to the tech center and checking out a camera for 2 weeks, having that ability to just take advantage, because cameras are very expensive. And we're learning too that the best camera you have is the one on you, but getting to experiment with these cameras that you don't use on a day-to-day basis, and you know, just like for me, borrowing my mom's camera and just getting to learn more about that, I think just helps too.
Yeah, for sure. And I think more like broadly, not just photography, but being students, you have so many resources available to you, whether it's professors or just departments that you can reach out to, and I know that like all of them will be like gladly like excited to like help you and direct you because they're there for you. So just like reach out to whoever you may know or ask around until you find who you're looking for.
My next question, we've talked about photography a lot. What are some other self-taught skills that you've obtained, and how do you leverage that to your advantage?
I'd say for me, one of the self-taught skills I have is my graphic design. I took on a role here at Oshkosh as the men's wrestling social media coordinator, and I taught myself how to make all my graphics through Adobe Photoshop. I had done like an intro class in high school, but I took it into my own means to get Photoshop, like get my account, start learning, using YouTube, how do I do these certain like filters or masks, like learning all the tools within it, and then just kind of being able to develop that into Canva, other Adobe products, into my internship, and into helping kind of, you know, other gigs I have within my internship as well, like doing all the marketing for the Culver's business model competition, and classwork too.
Yeah, for me as well, I run the Women in Business. I help run their social media page, School of Business, and I also, just like as hobbies, in high school I ran like the environmental club and did all like the graphics and stuff for that, and the beekeeping club here. So graphic design has definitely been a big thing for me as well, that I've kind of taught and learned my skills, but it's a lot of trial and error. I like to work more in Canva. I also do work with Adobe, but yeah, just I don't know, just learning what I do like and what I don't like. Lots of things don't turn out how I want it to, so just patience and practice.
And I think that's the beauty too of self-teaching yourself. You can trial and error, and there is no consequence. It's a perfect time to figure out what you like. For me, like this internship alone too, and just other extracurricular items have really like reassured for me that this is the path I want to fulfill. And had I not taken that step to try something new and see if, you know, like I've known I've been good at art since I was younger, but am I good at it at a corporate level, at like a agency level, at a level bigger than what I can do on a day-to-day basis? I think just figuring out with firsthand experience if I enjoy it is really important too.
Yeah.
So earlier we kind of touched on how to start learning these skills, and I know we were talking earlier about Google workshops that you have done. Do you want to talk a little bit about that and how that self-teaching through those Google workshops went?
Yeah, so Google offers a bunch of free workshops for anything that they have, Google Analytics, Search Console, ads, and yeah, it kind of goes again with just like going out of your way to find these resources, especially free resources that they have available, And as a marketing student, that is a huge thing that we do, especially at this internship. A lot of our clients have Google Analytics, a lot of them use Search Console, and so being able to efficiently and like fully understand the platform to be able to better cater to their needs is super important. So last summer, our team just went through the workshop and all the classes to get the certification for Google Ads and Google Analytics, depending on which one you wanted to do. But it kind of just like helped me personally as well in the future outside of this internship and in my classes, be able to apply what I already know to then like further my knowledge. And yeah, it was a great experience. I feel like they have it laid out very well, very detailed, and so you can do it at your own pace, which is another pro. But yeah, it was great.
Well, I think application is key for sure. We talk about things in the classroom, we talk about things outside of work, at work, but I think getting to actually experiment with it is huge.
I agree, and like I feel like that even speaks back to our photography class. Like we do a lot of hands-on stuff in the classroom, which I feel like is very informative. So whenever you're self-teaching skills, just giving yourself the opportunity to get hands-on experience and like actually doing the thing rather than just sitting and researching about it all day, I think that's where the real power is.